Hello guys, welcome to the video tutorial from ADI Bytes, and today's topic is central dogma. So here central dogma was proposed by a famous scientist Crick, and central dogma, it is the flow of information from DNA to mRNA to protein. From the arrow diagram you can clearly see here DNA is forming mRNA here, and mRNA is forming protein here, and the process of formation of mRNA from DNA is called transcription, and the process in which mRNA is being converted into protein is called translation here. Here the transcription occurs mainly in the nucleus, and the translation occurs in cytoplasm. Guys, these two processes are one of the complex processes in the microbial genetics, and most of the students have problems with these processes. So today I will make sure to simplify the process to you. So now let's go through the processes one by one. So let's start with transcription. As we all know, transcription, it is the process of formation of mRNA from DNA. In the arrow diagram you can see DNA is being converted into mRNA, which is accompanied by an enzyme, DNA dependent RNA polymerase. Now let's see the requirements of transcription process. Transcription process, it needs DNA segment, structural gene, RNA polymerase, promoter, terminator, and DNTPs, which is deoxyribose nucleoside triphosphate, and the initiation factor, which is sigma here, termination factor rho. And we also need to understand some terms here like a promoter and terminator. What are they? So promoter, they are the small segment of DNA that gives the site for binding RNA polymerase, which mainly available or occurs at 5' end, and terminator is mainly at 3' end, and it gives a site for binding of terminating factor. So in the diagram you can clearly see this is the promoter region, this is the terminal region, and this is the structural gene where the transcription occurs. Now let's know some terms about RNA polymerase and its type. RNA polymerases are the main enzymes or important enzymes to carry out the transcription process. And RNA polymerase are of three types, and they are RNA polymerase first, RNA polymerase second, and RNA polymerase third. RNA polymerase first helps in the synthesis of rRNA, second helps in the synthesis of mRNA, and third helps in the synthesis of tRNA. Transcription occurs in three sequential stages, and they are initiation, elongation, and termination. Now let's see the steps of transcription. Now you can clearly see the general structure of DNA, as the promoter and terminator points are indicated here. At first, RNA polymerase seconds, which is the polymerase for synthesis of mRNA, we all have already known. So at first what happens, RNA polymerase seconds binds to the promoter region, and when the RNA polymerase second binds to the promoter region, then the DNA segment unwinds and forms a bubble like structure called transcription bubble, which is somewhat like the replication fork which occurs in DNA replication. And this upper upstream strand is called template strand, non-coding strand, or antisense strand, because in template strand only the transcription occurs with the help of DNTPs. DNTPs are the deoxyribose nucleoside triphosphatase, which binds to the template strand to form mRNA, and this downstream strand are called non-template strand, coding strand, and sense strand. But here the process cannot start unless the initiation factor binds to the promoter region. Here the initiation factor is sigma here, as we all know. When the initiation factor sigma binds to the promoter region with RNA polymerase second, then it operates or starts the process of transcription, and afterwards it leaves the process. Then the process continues with the formation of mRNA here from the direction of 3' to 5' with the help of DNTPs and a template strand, as we have already mentioned above, and the transcription process occurs from 5' to 3' direction. Now the process continues and it elongates with the formation of mRNA. When after elongation, when the transcription bubble reaches to the terminal end, then the termination factor operates, and termination factor rho binds to the transcription bubble, and then the system separates. As you can clearly see, the DNA segment has been winded up completely and has been separated. The RNA polymerase second has been separated. The newly synthesized mRNA has been separated. The termination factor is also separated. But the newly synthesized mRNA is not mature. It is prematured mRNA, which can't go under translation process to form protein directly. So it must undergo processing in eukaryotes, but in prokaryotes it doesn't need to be go under processing. This is the difference between prokaryotes and eukaryotes in terms of transcription here, which is also the main point here. So now you can clearly see here, this is the premature mRNA, which contains intron and exon part here. Here exon is functional and coding part, which codes which further codes in the translation process for the formation of protein and all. But intron is the non-functional, that is non-coding part, so it needs to be cut off, which is mainly done in the process of processing of mRNA. So let's see the processing of mRNA here. This is the premature mRNA which undergoes processing, and the processing mainly takes place by three processes, that is splicing, capping and tailing. Let's go through the processes one by one. So this is the splicing process. Splicing process is the removal of introns by help of endonuclease. Endonucleases are the cutting enzymes, as we all know. So when endonuclease acts on the premature mRNA, then the intron is cut off and only exon in the mRNA is obtained. After to that, capping process occurs. Capping, it is the process of adding the methyl group in the head region 5' end. So this process is called capping. Here MGPPP is added in the 5' end here. MGPPP is a methyl guanosine triphosphate added at 5' end of mRNA, so called methylation. Now next step is tailing process. Tailing process, it is the process of adding a polyadenyl tail. Poly A is added to 3' end at the tail region, as you can clearly see here, at the tail region, so also called adenylation. So finally we have obtained the matured mRNA here, which is ready to go in cytoplasm to carry the process of protein synthesis called translation. You can clearly see here, translation. Now there are some terms we need to understand here. The processing of mRNA is done only in eukaryotic cells, not in prokaryotic cells. It is one of the important terms here. And the mRNA thus formed has all the information of a DNA template strand, but only the difference is in place of thymine in DNA, there will be uracil in mRNA. As we all know, this is the common basic term, and the mRNA has all the messages of DNA in form of a code called cryptogram. So guys, this was all about the transcription process. So I am sure that the concept of transcription is clear to you, and the further study of translation process will be done in the next video. So stay tuned uh, with my videos. So if you like the video, please hit the like button, share and comment, and for more further videos, please do subscribe the channel. Thank you.